Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Got confused then because for me, you can see outside my window, it's Wednesday evening. I'm just going to record tomorrow's assembly before I set off for home. And I've got a lovely thing to share first of all. All this week, we've been thinking about being imaginative and what it means to have an imagination and how lucky we are as human beings to have the gift of imagination. And I spoke right at the beginning of the week about Lego, didn't I? And how I think you're either a creator or you are an instruction follower. And I'm delighted that on an email, somebody has emailed me a picture of their Lego creation. And it's Aisha, it's yours. I'll just hold it up. Here we go. So this is Aisha's most recent Lego creation, and I was chatting on with Aisha about this, and I said, okay then, tell me, Aisha, are you like me, not particularly imaginative, but you like to follow instructions, or are you a creator when it comes to Lego? And she was very clear about it. She said, Mrs. Scarterfield, I'm a creator. I like to do my own things. I like to imagine a new building and put that together myself. So there you go. Aisha there, demonstrating that she has that kind of that 3D, that architectural imagination that I struggle with a little bit. So we're going to finish our thoughts about imagination today, and I'm going to read you this book. And I was really pleased because one of the year 6 pupils bought me this actually as a gift when they left at the end of last year. And they said, I hope that one day, Mrs. Scarterfield, you'll get a chance to use this book that's all about imagination in one of your assemblies. Little did we know that it would be a virtual assembly, but I am indeed using that book. So I'm thinking about that year 6 young man and this lovely gift that he gave me, which was so nice and so kind. So it's called Inside My Imagination. Let's all try and think about what it's like inside our own imaginations. One day, I wrote a story, just like the ones Mum reads to me before I go to sleep. A story with lots of lovely words. One day, when I was reading my story, I breathed in one of the words and something magical happened. I entered my imagination. It was an amazing paradise. Just think about what would be in your imagination. Mine would be all colours, because I think a lot in colours and words. It was an amazing paradise. There were unicorns, fairies, elves and magicians. They appeared and disappeared whenever I wanted them to. And there she is. That's a little bit of what it's like in her imagination. My imagination is like a sea of thoughts. They float and glide over each other. Droplets and bubbles contain my ideas that become real just by looking at them. They swim and swim, trying to solve the mysteries within me. They appear and disappear, silently diving far, far away, until there, out on the horizon, are all of the answers, my answers. I think the point she's making is that everybody's imagination is a rather wonderful, magical place that exists in all of us, and it's different for all of us. My imagination is like a land of clouds of different shapes. It's very like my elephant that I imagined right at the beginning of this week. Look, he's got his blanket on just like we were talking about. Isn't that strange? So my elephant and this little girl's elephant match. Maybe our imaginations are similar. My imagination is like a meadow full of shooting stars. Beautiful picture. Is that what your imagination is like? That looks a very peaceful place, doesn't it? My imagination is like an enormous music box where I keep everything I see and hear. I can keep the sounds of the earth in a music box, the seas and the rivers, the crickets, the squirrels leaping through the trees, and the whisper of the wind in their leaves on those trees. Let's see if we can imagine some of those sounds. So can you imagine the sound of the sea? Try and see if you can hear it in your heads. Can you hear it? I think I can. I think my sea is quite is coming into the shore and then going out, but I can hear it. I've imagined the sound of the sea. Can you imagine a really windy day, a stormy day, and can you imagine the sound that the wind would make? I think I can. And this girl's saying, all of those sounds that we hear in the world, they're all stored away here in her imagination, like a giant music box. It's a good way of putting it, isn't it? The day I breathed in my story, I could see my imagination and how it worked inside my mind. The thinker of my imagination casts her net into the air and catches my ideas. The more I feed my ideas, the more ideas I have. The letters all fit perfectly in place. That's interesting. She's saying the more I use my imagination, the stronger it is. And I think that's true. The more that you write or draw or paint or imagine, then I think it's a bit like a muscle, really. It gets stronger. And we should all practice using our imagination whenever we can. And all of the words all hold each other's hands, and they cross the bridge of my imagination that connects the worlds. And they are born, just like I was. So she's talking about all of her ideas are always there in her head. So I hope you enjoyed it. Slightly strange book, wasn't it? Some really lovely ideas, though, about what it might be like in her imagination. So do tell me, do show me. Do send in pictures, show me your Lego, show me your drawing, show me the things that you think you are imaginative in. We've had some stories before, haven't we? Show me those if you think that you have a really good creative storytelling imagination. That's really important, and we'd love to celebrate that too. So that's all for now, but carry on being imaginative, carry on using your imagination. I hope you get something in one of your lessons today that allows you to be imaginative and to create a new idea. It's a great skill that we have as human beings. Okay, have a lovely day, everybody. I'm going to head home now, but I'll see you in the morning. Have a great evening. See you in the morning. See you later. Bye-bye.